Welcome back to Learning Together. I'm Chief Information Officer Nathan Pope, and today I'm joined by Jaylin Parsons from Gamewell Middle, who was recently named Caldwell County Schools Instructional Assistant of the Year. So we're going to talk about what got him there, why he's making such a big mark, not only at Gamewell Middle, but a lot of the schools in our county. And then he's going to tell us a little bit about what makes his job unique. So welcome, Jaylin.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks for being
Thank you.
here. Do you would you rather I call you JP? No, publicly
Everybody
you're
calls me
JP.
JP.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what do the students call you? Are you JP to the students or are you Mr. Parsons?
I'm JP, Coach JP, or Mr. JP.
Cool.
Yes,
I like
sir.
that. So let's start out. You tell the people listening, what are your responsibilities at Gamewell Middle? What is it that you do to support the school?
Okay, so my role is kind of like behavior intervention. So all the kids that tend to have behavior problems or feel like they're not being heard and stuff like that, I try and step in, and I'm in sort of a way a gap between the teachers, the principals, and the students. So the students have a voice basically with me. If they have any kind of concerns or any kind of problems and stuff like that, they'll try their best to get over to me and be like, "Hey, Coach JP, this is going on. I feel like I can't reach my teacher. I feel like I can't talk to my teacher about this. So, is there any way you can help out? Is there any way that you can kind of mediate between the two of us and stuff like that?" So, kind of like a mediator between everybody.
So I was warned ahead of time that you don't like to brag on yourself,
I don't.
but I'm not
I
afraid to
don't.
brag on you.
Okay.
I'll be happy to do it.
Look,
So
I
what I want to
appreciate
do,
that.
I want to read the introduction that you got when it was announced that you were Instructional Assistant of the Year.
That's fine.
This is what the interview committee had to say about you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've all been touched by the extraordinary dedication of our district's instructional assistants. They are the backbone of our classrooms, the silent heroes who empower our students and support our teachers. And tonight we celebrate one individual who embodies the very essence of this invaluable role. This year's recipient is a beacon of selflessness, a person whose heart beats for the success of every child. They are a true family person driven by a deep sense of commitment and a desire to make a lasting impact. His influence extends far beyond the classroom walls. He serves as a powerful role model for our middle school students, demonstrating the importance of perseverance, empathy, and unwavering support. He possesses a unique ability to connect with those students who often feel overlooked, offering them guidance, encouragement, and a sense of belonging. They understand that every child deserves a chance, and they are dedicated to unlocking the potential within each and every one. And as they put it, they are to mentor and support the kids that everyone has written off. But this person didn't just stop at supporting individual students. They saw a need and they took action. They initiated a transformative gentleman's program that is designed to empower and redirect troubled students who face significant challenges. And the results have been nothing short of extraordinary. The students in this program are not just changing their own lives, they are changing the way the entire school sees them. Once written off, they are now celebrated and becoming teachers' favorite students. The school has seen remarkable improvements in attendance, behavior, and academic performance, tangible evidence of the profound impact that his program has had on the entire school. His dedication is not just a job, it's a calling, motivated by a loving respect for his late father, whose example continues to inspire him every single day. And as he shared with us, I just want my dad to be proud of me. Please join us in a round of applause as we honor our Caldwell County Schools Instructional Assistant of the Year, Mr. Jaylin Parsons. So I was there that night, and I was in the back of the room where Gamewell Middle had positioned themselves because like a bunch of back row Baptists back there.
Look, we were.
And I remember you stood up and your smile was as large as the auditorium in the Civic Center.
Yes, sir.
So what was that like for you to be shouted out like that and receive that award?
Wow, it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming and it was shocking. It made me feel truly special, and it made me feel like the job that I am doing, it means more to people than I feel like I'm doing myself. Like it feels like I'm actually doing the right things, and I'm doing the things that my father would want me to do. So it was big. It was huge for me. I still get cold chills thinking about walking up there.
One of my favorite things to say is that Caldwell County Schools is more than just classrooms and school buildings.
Yes.
We're offering our students a haven, essentially, creating an entire community around learning and improving yourself and growing as a person. And I think you are embodying that,
Yes, sir.
if anybody, especially at a school that historically has been labeled as a troubled community.
Yes.
and you're working to make a difference for those students. And you're a Caldwell County native, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. I came through Gamewell and I went to West Caldwell as well.
So do you feel like you have a special a pride that you carry that you want to see Game will be the very best that it can be?
Oh, of course. We had a saying as I was coming through high school, as I was coming through middle school as well. We bleed blue and gold. So that is running through my veins, and it always will and forever will. Um, it really means a lot to me being able to come back to the community that helped me become the person that I am, and seeing the need that the kids have and the community needs is really special. It's very special.
They lean on you a lot,
Yeah.
which is great. I've seen it myself. Do you think that because you're not a traditional classroom teacher, you're not technically an administrator such as a principal or assistant principal, do you think that having a different role makes them feel that they can develop a different type of relationship with you and lean on you differently than they can other staff?
100%. 100%. I feel like it's easier for the kids to kind of adapt to me and adapt to the way that I go about things, and me not being a teacher or me not being an admin as well. They kind of feel special. They feel like, okay, now I have somebody that actually has my back. Now I have somebody that kind of understands where I'm coming from and stuff like that. I'm not sitting here trembling in my boots trying to talk to my teacher about the problems that I have going on, or I'm not uncomfortable in the principal's office. So I try and make them as comfortable as possible. So that's a big part right there.
Why do you think it's important for students to have a role model that's not just a teacher or a principal, someone else that they can rely, a role model at school that's not just a traditional school employee?
In a way, it gives them a voice. Like I said, it gives them a voice, and it shows them that hey, you don't just have to be a teacher. Hey, you don't just have to be admin. Like to have a influence big enough to impact everyone in the community, big enough to impact everyone within the school system and stuff like that. Like there's other routes and other options that you can take. So them being able to see me just come in through the door smiling every day to the best of my ability and just being there. They're like, okay, he's not like us because he's older, but he's kind of like us. So I kind of like this. We can hang out with him. We can actually tell him stuff. We can feel comfortable about talking about the hard things in life that they're going through and all that good stuff.
And you do some coaching too.
Yes, I do a lot of coaching. A lot of
Tell us what all coaching you're doing at Gamewell Middle.
Okay, so at Gamewell Middle, I'm the head girls basketball coach, and I'm also the head baseball coach. I coach football at West Caldwell as well. Coach Fallon, he brought me on, and me and him, we have a bond like none other now. So that is great. But at the middle school, it's the basketball team and the baseball team, and I brought my friends on as well. They're my assistant coaches, of course. So we all came through Gamewell, we all came through West, and one day we were just sitting down and we were like, hey, let's give back what all the good men in our lives gave us. Like, let's reach these kids. Let's see if we can't change the culture. Let's see if we can't bring back the hype and the fun of the games that we love to coach. So,
Speaking of inspiring men in your life,
yes.
you've said before, and like that introduction said, that your late father played a big impact on what motivates you and inspires you to do the work that you do in our school system.
Yes.
Tell us about your dad.
Okay, now that part I might tear up on just a little bit, but my dad, he was an amazing man, and he was a man of God as well. He pastored and preached from here on the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. He was also a truck driver, so everything that he did, it impacted my life so much that it was like me trying to bottle up something good. You can't bottle that up. You got to let it out. That's the only way to let everybody see the good in it. That's the only way to let everybody see, like, okay, this is your impact. This is your purpose. He was my best friend. I'll say it like that. He was my best friend. He kept me sane in ways that I never thought anybody could keep me sane. Like just hearing his voice or thinking about him, it truly truly brings the life out of me. And I'm sorry, I'm about to tear up a
No,
little
you're
bit.
good. You're good.
But yeah, he was really just an awesome man.
What things that you learned from him or that he taught you do you try to share with students or other young adults that you try to help out?
There's a number of things that I could talk about, but honestly, the smile. The smile definitely comes from him. Like just watching him every single day, there wasn't a person that I can recall was not happy whenever they encountered my dad. They were like, "Oh my gosh, your smile is so amazing! Like, thank you, you just made my day." I try and make it known like he did. Good morning, how are you? Like, oh, I like what you have on today. Like, you have a nice fit on, young man. Like, you have a nice fit on. You're an amazing person all the way around. So I try and just bring back the joy and the spirit that he brought and instilled out into the community and stuff like that. That's a big thing for me.
Is there something that was there an experience that you've had where you told yourself like, okay, I'm making an impact. You felt like that was evidence that your efforts were paying off.
Um, yeah, there's a few things, but honestly, like I hate bragging on myself. I really do. Um, I feel like athletics helps me a lot with that, and then the behavior part that I help out with inside the school that helps out a lot as well because the kids that are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk to this person, but I want to talk to JP. That's the impact that I'm really seeing. And I'm like, okay, maybe I am doing something right. Maybe I am leading by example. Um, I have this one child in particular. He's very troubled, and he has a rocky lifestyle and stuff like that. But he can have a bad day with everyone else, and he'll come to me and he'll be like, "JP, I just need to get it out. Like, can I please get it out to you? Yeah, go ahead, get it out. Like, let's talk about it and stuff." And he's like, I love you. Like, I appreciate you. You're changing my life in ways that nobody else could. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, thank you. You're changing my life. You don't realize it, but this is keeping me going. And being a young age in the school system, it's hard for males. To keep it going and all that good stuff because a bunch of people they get in the school system for the wrong reason. They get in for a paycheck. It's not just a paycheck. It's not the best paycheck, but it's not a paycheck. So if you're getting into the school system for that, then it's the wrong reason.
Mm-hmm.
This is about building the future. This is about building the kids up. This is about leading by example, showing them that they have opportunity to be whatever they want to be and stuff like that. That's the biggest impact that I see I'm making as far as myself.
You've started somewhat of a club at
Yes.
Gamewell Middle to encourage young men to think about their future and who they want to grow up to be.
Yes.
Tell us all about that club.
Alrighty, so it's the Gentlemen's Club. Myself and Miss Heather Taylor, shout out to her. It's our amazing counselor at Gamewell Middle School. She came to me one day and she was like, "Hey JP, like, let me tickle your ear for a little bit." And I was like, "Okay, what's up?" She said, "JP, I want you to start a gentlemen's club." And I said, it's pretty interesting, but are we sure we want to call it a gentlemen's club?" And she said, "Yeah, I think that would be perfect. It's a perfect fit. Um, I want you to really grab the kids and grab the young men that they don't have the father figures. They don't have the big brothers or anybody that they can look up to because I feel like you're a great role model." And I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's just jump in and do it. So that group, we meet about once a week, each grade level, to the best of our abilities. And we just sit there. It's closed door. Whatever's said in there stays in there. It's like Vegas, basically. It's our mini Vegas. What happens inside that closed door, that's what happens, and that's where it stays at. So we do things like learning how to tie a tie. We do things like expressing your feelings or finding ways to express your feelings because everybody thinks that men aren't supposed to express their feelings. No, you are. Get it off your chest. Like if you're holding it in, you're holding in anger, you're holding in frustration, stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and get it off our chest and let's try and be role models and let's try and set examples like opening doors for young ladies. Um, opening the car door for your mom, like making sure that you're walking on the sidewalk that the traffic is coming on, like just teaching them ways of life to be better young men. That's mainly my goal with the Gentlemen's Club.
That's awesome, JP. I think that's really cool. I think a lot of the people listening to this are going to be like, okay, all right, good job, JP.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk a little more open-ended. I want to know, what is it that you want, just in general, for your students in their future?
I want them to do the things that make them happy. And I want them to know that they have the full support from not only someone at their school, but the community can back them as well. Like, I want them to be proud of everything that they're doing. We have a few students and stuff like that they feel like they'll never amount to anything. That's the thought that I want them to take out of their head. Because if you're willing to put your mind to it, if you're willing to work your butt off, you can be whatever you want to be. It doesn't matter. The sky is the limit, and that's something that I had to learn growing up and growing into my adulthood. I had to truly see that, like, no, the sky's the limit. I don't have any barriers. There's no barriers set whatsoever, and that's something that I took from my dad as well. He said, if you're willing to work, you're willing to back yourself, I'll be there always. You've always got one supporter. That one supporter, it turned into 100 supporters. That 100 supporters, it turned into 1,000 supporters. So that's something that I want the kids to understand. I want them to understand, reach for the stars. Go for it. Don't ever set limits on your life. Don't say I can't do something. Go do it. Right. Just try it. You never know unless you give it a try. So that's my main thing as far as the students and what I want them to learn for themselves.
Yeah, knowing that people believe in you is so important. A few days ago, I talked with Melissa Stutz, the Teacher of the Year.
She's amazing.
And she said one of the most important things for a student to know throughout their entire education is that there are people who care about them and what they accomplish, and that they're rooting for them. And I think that's one of the biggest impacts that you've made for Gamewell Middle. You've shown them someone cares.
Yes.
I'm here. I care that you're here.
Yes.
I care that you do well here.
Yes.
I want to see you celebrated for the things that you do.
Yes.
And you're doing a fantastic job of that. And so that's why I wanted everyone else to know what JP is up to as well.
I appreciate that.
So I want to go back to your pride in Gamewell Middle and the schools on the Westies,
the West Side,
as people would call themselves.
Welcome to the West Side.
What are your goals for Gamewell Middle? Where do you want to see Gamewell Middle go?
I want Gamewell Middle School to get the culture back. I want the athletics part. I definitely want it to get the culture back because it's not the same anymore. It's kind of died out, and Gamewell's, along with West Caldwell, we've all got this reputation that we're the troubled side, or we're the side that we just kind of write off and stuff like that. Like, I want the happy culture to be back. I want the culture of, oh my gosh, like, let's go to Gamewell, let's go to West Caldwell, let's go see these football games, basketball games, and stuff like that. Bring back the family, bring back the community, because Gamewell is a small town. So the community of Gamewell, whenever we can get everyone back inside the doors, back inside the buildings, ready to give back, ready to offer no limits on things that we need and stuff like that. That's my goal for Gamewell Middle School, and that's where I would like to see it get back to. Because when I was in high school, it was nothing to see 1,000, 2,000 people in the stands cheering for you on a Friday night, ready for a game and stuff like that. Like, it makes you feel good as a student. It makes you feel good as a kid, as an adult that works in that community as well. So if we can get that back, I feel like we're 10 steps ahead of what everyone else thinks that we are.
So showing up.
Yes.
That if the community wants to help out right now, the best thing they can do is show up.
Show up. Show up. If you can show up, you can see the work that we're putting in as teachers, as staff. You can see the work that the kids are putting in. You can see that it's not a troubled community. It's a community like everyone else's. Like, we're just trying to grow. We're just trying to be better people. We're trying to raise our future, make sure that our kids see, you're our future. You're going to be our doctors. You're going to be taking care of us. Like, hey, if I'm in a wheelchair, I hope that the kids aren't pushing me down a hill, and I hope that they're actually rolling me where I need to go. That's the main thing. And I don't know why. I don't know when it happened, but everyone has built that reputation up or tried to say, okay, Gamewell's no good. No, Gamewell's amazing. Gamewell's home. Like, whenever you want to come home, just come on home. Like, that's the main thing right there, and that's what we want to. We want to make every child feel like this is your second home. Like, we want to make the adults feel like this is your second home. Our admin, they've opened up the gymnasium on Sundays for us to all play ball. They're like, hey, y'all come out, y'all come play ball. Like, we want y'all to know we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the community, so we're opening up almost like it's a community center, because it is. It's our big happy home.
That's awesome. So I end these podcasts the same way for everybody.
Yes, sir.
I call it learning together because, like we talked about before, we're a community and we want to learn together.
Yes.
So the question that I always pose is, what is something that you have learned from the community recently that you want to share with everybody else?
There's a lot of love in this community. There's a lot of love in Caldwell County. And I'm realizing that there's more people that are paying attention to the things that we're doing than meets the eye. Like, everybody is on high alert, like hearing the praises and stuff like that from the community, from people from the Ed Center. It just feels amazing. And honestly, that's our way of life. If we can continue this type of love, if we can continue to help each other, if we can continue to give back to each other, keep everything full circle, like, I feel like the sky's the limit for our community. We can continue to grow. We can continue to be what we need to be. We can prove to the world and prove to the rest of the United States or whoever else is paying attention, hey, that's a community that we have to watch out for. That's a community that they're growing. They're willing to stick together. Like, they're a band of brothers. They're a band of sisters. They're always going to be together. So that's something that I want everybody to realize.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you coming and talking with me today.
Thank you so much.
And I appreciate all the listeners. Take care, everybody.